Hello and welcome to your Grow Groups. We are so happy to have you here as we start this new series, All You Can. We're going to be having conversations and looking at how John Wesley, the founder of Methodism, talked about money. So we promise no uncomfy conversations. Be honest and vulnerable with your group, but don't feel like you have to be too honest and vulnerable. Read your room together and share in conversation and community together. These next 3 weeks, we'll be talking about earning, saving, and giving all that you can in the ways that John Wesley and Jesus talked about them. So this week, I'm joined by Rachel Zolnowski.
Hello.
Hello. How are you doing today, Rachel?
I'm so good. I'm so good. I'm glad to be here.
I'm so glad that you're here. I had a hard time getting people to join me to talk about money.
You know, it's a tough sell sometimes. We all get a little, but I was like, you know what? We can do this. We can power through. We got it.
Right. And your bravery is rewarded because we're not just talking about money.
Right.
We are just talking about the things that we have. There's so many things in our life that have value.
Right.
We just keep landing on money as an easy symbol of that.
Well, it's very tangible. Like you can see it coming in and out. Yes.
Absolutely. And so I promise, thanks for your bravery because we'll have a great conversation. That's not uncomfy. I promise.
We're doing it. We're doing it. We got it.
It's going to be so good. So, a fun one. I wanted you to dream with me for a little bit. If you could do anything to earn a paycheck, what would it be?
Okay, so at the place I work at, there's a whiteboard outside of our offices, and it just has random get-to-know-you questions on it. And this week's is, what do you want to be when you grow up? And so I was thinking and thinking. And I said I didn't know, and then I was in conversation. I was like, I've got it. I want to be an usher at the Royals games. And so then I was like, well, I could do that when I grow up or when I retire. I was like, or if things don't work out at the place I work, I could clearly go and do that now. So Royals game, usher, done.
I love that for you.
They would pay me to watch Royals games. What else could there be?
And to be around Royals fans.
This is what I'm saying. I'm in.
That sounds incredible. I answered this question in our sermon intros this week, but I've had some time since then to think a little bit harder.
It's the talking through things.
Right? And to get my words together better. It's the freedom. So I want freedom to be able to travel for a bit and then be like, I'm bored. And then be like, I want to crochet and knit for a bit. And then be like, I'm bored. And then I just want to cook for people. I'm bored. I want to be able to just explore and do anything, nothing,
Who's
everything.
paying you for this? How are you doing this?
That's not what's important. It's whatever I can do to earn the paycheck. Everything. And nothing.
Sure. Okay. Yes.
Freedom.
Good luck to you on that.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. That's a good one.
And if we said dream,
You
feel
did-
free to dream in your groups. I like yours.
Mine was like a thing, like an actual job that I could do. Yours is made up, but that's fine. We appreciate you too. Good job.
See, we said we'd have fun today.
Here we are. We're doing it.
I love it. So we're talking about earning all that you can in a very tangible way, right? Because it's good to earn money and things of value, but there are issues we can run into. So discuss in your groups, we'll talk here. What are ways that earning money can cause harm to others?
Okay. So as I was thinking about this question, I was thinking about I don't know, the gangsters and the murderers and all of the bad people. And the thieves. And I feel like baseline, we kind of know that's a problem. Probably not how we should be making our money. But then I was thinking, okay, what does that actually apply to my life? And I was like, maybe being a workaholic, maybe putting work above family and friends. And I mean, you mentioned physical health. And so I feel like I might not be a gangster, but I might make choices that put earning money above other things that I should find more important in my life.
Yeah, it's easy to point at Wall Street and be
Right.
like, embezzlement is bad.
Right.
It's a fancy word for Business gangsters.
Business gangsters.
That's not good. People who, human trafficking, bad.
Right.
We talked about like labor plants and child labor and stuff.
Right.
Bad.
Obviously.
But yeah, when I think about even people who like over acquire wealth, even some like in a way that taking care of vulnerable people or taking advantage of vulnerable people
Right.
can be so bad. So there's an earn all you can, but you don't have to earn it all.
Right. Well, and earning all you can while still keeping balance in those other areas of your life. Because, yeah, we could all have 3 and 4 jobs and earn a crap ton of money. But what are you then spending it on if all you're doing is spending time at work? Or what are you, how are you using that to make your life more well-rounded?
Absolutely. It's like we said at the beginning, so many things in our life have value. And so like you said, balancing, yes, money is the easy, tangible thing to talk about, but our time has so much value.
Right.
Our people have so much value.
Right.
And until you lose someone really close to you, sometimes that's usually, I have found the biggest wake-up call.
Right.
Or when something happens to our health, that you're like, oh no, I've missed out on all this time
Right.
and this capacity that you're like, money really wasn't worth it.
Right. Oh, shoot.
Shoot.
I should have focused on some other stuff too. Yeah.
I've hurt myself and or others.
Right.
Right. So I'm curious then, as John Wesley talked about this, he talked about common sense. So what does it mean to you to earn money with common sense?
Well, I think kind of what we talked about, where you want to find that balance between I need money to, feed my kids and to clothe them. But if I'm using that as my reason to work and then ignoring them because they have to be, out of my sight all the time when I'm working, what is that really accomplishing? And so really about that word balance, like finding that balance of making smart decisions, but not making money the main focus, the center of everything.
Not idolizing
Right.
money.
Right. I feel like that's probably in the Bible somewhere.
Oh, maybe like a golden calf at some point
I don't know. It seems like we might have heard of that one.
in the pages somewhere. Which is fair. We can also idolize our family too much. We can idolize all these other things too much as well.
Right.
And so it's a balance. Like you said, that common sense is balance,
Right.
I think, of all of them. And it's a hard tension to live in. That balance changes.
Yes.
And so maybe it's just like a check-in every now and again. What am I doing? Is the things that I'm earning, are they hurting others? Are they hurting me? Are there ways I could better care for others or better care for me?
Well, and I think having somebody else in your corner, somebody else that you can really check in with, because sometimes we can't see the bigger picture of ourselves. And so having somebody else, my husband and I have had this conversation at various points in his life where he gets really career driven. And I'm like, hey, we like you too. And so having somebody else to be that checks and balances where you can be open and vulnerable and hear that message of, hey, you've gotten a little out of balance. Let's kind of bring it back together.
Yeah, that's very true to have that kind of relationship, especially with a spouse.
Right.
As a single person, you get to be a little bit more careful and choosy on that, but there's still people that you can have even non-specific conversations about.
Right.
Or you can invite in that will hold you accountable in different ways. So you're right, that relationship, maybe a group where you can share priorities is so valuable. Some people have taken that step.
Who knows? Maybe we're in one right now. It's hard to say. It's hard to say.
We've been invited into this space, and we're so grateful for you. Well, I love this. Thank you again, this conversation sounds alarming. And I do that too. My armor goes up when we're like, money. Mm-hmm. But thanks for making this a good, comfortable conversation.
Of course.
We can talk about that without being personal or attacky or self-conscious.
Right.
It's just money.
It's just one aspect of a balanced life.
It's just value. It's assessing the values in our lives.
Yep.
Absolutely. So we're so thankful that you joined us. We are prayerful over your conversations and continue to pray for and care for one another in your group this week. And we'll see you soon.